Alright guys, this is my speed run for how I farm gil and everything for Adamantoises. The paradigms you can see set up here. Can't really see it, make it out. I am going to put it on the sidebar. Equipment doesn't really matter. Make sure you have a Genji glove and some buffs. For her, usually I put at least one of the catalogs and some buffs. And for him, make sure I have the other catalog and some defensive buffs. I make sure I maxed out new. Doesn't really matter as long as you have a max second weapon at least. For her, that's her max second weapon from Marlboro Lawn. And I have maxed out Kains Lance. Same thing, just make sure you got at least level 2. Alright. As soon as you get from the save point, go ahead and hop on the Kokobo. See why we do that in a moment. And you're going to come down here. Hop the hill. And initiate the Jumbo Cactar mission. And again, there's a reason why that'll be done here. You'll see in a few moments. Go ahead and leave. Sometimes they do a treasure run. It is not a requirement, but I'm not going to worry about that here for the sake of brevity. So it's going to head over to where the two main Adamantoises are. So you can see that one roaming out there. I usually fight him if he's close and then head to that Kokobo. You can see on the right, down to the lake. But you don't have to do that. Hill here. And up the mountain. Do the cross jump. And as you can see in the valley, we have him, and you can see the other one there in the background. Gonna go ahead and approach the Cactar mission. Loads. You're gonna go ahead and skip. And as soon as the fight starts, I go ahead and usually hit retry. This is important, and you'll see why here in just a few minutes. Now what this will do is actually should do, make sure, is park the Kokobo right there. And you want to go ahead and head down the steps on the right hand side. Come down the left. Main thing is just to avoid hitting the small one's tail. Come over here and fight this one. My fight setup, kind of the general rule that I use and see is will be on the sidebar. Your primary things you want to make sure is to buff all 3 characters with haste and protectra or protect, and then also buff up Fang to make sure she has both faithra and bravera. Once that happens, then you can just start the actual fight and it'll pretty much be done. Alright, so I start with bravera and faithra while they're casting the rest. Watch the foot. As long as when that starts to happen, switch to combat clinic. Make sure I already had the buffs in place, so I'm okay. Switch to relentless. And ruin the left leg. As soon as it's staggered, go ahead and high wind it. While high wind is prepping, prep combat clinic. As soon as it falls, your combat clinic, gain a little bit of life, and use provoke. on the right leg, just once. Once that happens, switch back to RA. And do the same thing in the second leg. The reason why, if you don't know why you're provoked the first time, is it allows the targeting to automatically switch to the foot for the AI characters. As soon as that hits, go ahead and high wind it. While that high wind is prepping, switch to smart bomb. As soon as it falls, go ahead and do D-shell. The order is important here. You want to D-shell, then imperil, and finally D-protect. Once all three buffs are in place, go. Switch to Maleficence. And rough bravera on Fang. And switch back to RA. And then you just go to town. See, it maxes out the gauge pretty good. And usually when it's above or below the R, then I go ahead and high wind. But you can just keep fighting. Take them out just quick. Once that's taken care of, you want to turn back around. Hop up the stairs and remount the Kokobo. Once the Kokomo remounts, go ahead and initiate the fight. Skip again. See it's reparked. Still have that one back there in the back, and you can see over the hill that that one did respawn. That's the gist of it. The reason I park the Kokobo is after I take out those two, I actually take the Kokobo out on the actual plains and kill the others. Leave the Cactuar alone, come back here, restart it, and then refresh and start a loop. Keep doing that until you've got enough money and or you get your traps, and you're good to go. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to leave me some comments.